Hi, Janine. Welcome today. So, Janine from Elevate Your Business. Janine has books, does speaking, does a whole range of things. Yeah, tell us about Janine and Elevate Your Business.
Oh my goodness, we could be here for 2 hours, Lisa, but I'll try and keep it short and sweet. I guess the way I'd summarize me is everything has been totally accidental and unplanned. If you'd have asked me back at the age of 18 what I wanted to become, there is no way I'd have even predicted the stuff that I am doing now. And I guess in a way that pretty much sums up my style. My speaker bureau call me the queen of reinvention. And when I look back over my life, probably like every 7 or 8 years, I tend to reinvent myself. But actually, it's always based on what I'm noticing. So my background, I grew up in the north of England.
Yeah.
And I'm actually a farmer's daughter. My dad was a chicken farmer. And in those early years, when I look back at the age of 7, 8, 9, I was manning the market stalls, selling the eggs. And that's my first entree into selling, essentially, because my job was to try and upsell from half a dozen eggs into a dozen eggs. And
I love
when
that.
I look back, I think that's when I got my first taste of why it's important to connect with humans, to connect with people and to hear their stories. So I've got this genuine curiosity about people. My background, I grew up, if any of your listeners, watchers are aware of the movie Billy Elliot,
Yeah.
that's what I grew up among. So it was north of England, Thatcher years, miners' strikes, rich versus poor. My childhood, there was power outages and having to cook breakfast on the fire. It literally was that. And I grew up in a family that was predominantly boys, men actually, and there was no big ambitions about leaving the north of England. And then a teacher at school suggested I go to uni, and I went, I can't do that. I can't possibly do that.
That's amazing. Yeah.
And they actually said Oxford and Cambridge. And I went, no way, that's for the posh people and the rich people. Anyway, I came home that night and I told my mum and dad, and they had a little laugh and it was all forgotten. But it really sparked this curiosity. And
Yeah.
I ended up applying to uni, but I couldn't afford to go. My family couldn't afford to send me. And so at the age of 18, at the time, the British government were giving out student grants. They granted some kids the opportunity to go to uni, and I was one of those kids. And that pretty much changed my life. So at the age of 18, I left home. Never went back. I packed my backpack. I went from the north of England to Birmingham, and I did a Bachelor of Science degree.
Can I ask, sorry, I am going to cut you off 1 second. Did you do the application for that grant? You had to learn how to do that at 18?
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah.
I love that.
And if I hadn't have done it, I would still be back in England, I'm sure. I wouldn't know what I'm doing. So and I'm looking at it now, going, oh my God, I can't believe I did that. And I literally moved to university and my eyes were just opened because I grew up in this really little village, and suddenly I was surrounded by people from all over the place.
All over the world, yeah.
Rich versus poor, different cultures. And it was literally like, wow, this is incredible. Anyway, I got through uni. Thank God social media didn't exist. I'm very embarrassed now. Graduated, I left. I think I graduated. I had £30,000 worth of debt because, again, there was no one helping me out. And I went from Birmingham and I moved to London. I got my first graduate job and essentially started working in the fashion industry and became a group marketing director over 7 years.
Yeah.
And it was during that time that I met my husband, now husband, boyfriend at the time, and we came to Australia. And I arrived in Australia at the age of 29. I arrived literally with a resume, a passport, a visa.
Yeah. And had either of you been to Australia? Had he been here before?
He actually is from Australia. So we met in London.
Yeah.
And I came here for a holiday, and that was it. I wanted to stay. So I applied and I came on a permanent residency visa at the age of 29. I landed in Melbourne on the 1st of December 2000. I had no job, nowhere to live, zero. I just had my backpack. And so at the age of 30, I had to start rebuilding my life again. So trying to find work, trying to build a network, trying to find friends, trying to find somewhere to live. And we started in Melbourne, couldn't find anything, arrived in Sydney, lived on some friend's floor for a few months. And I started out as a EA to a sales director, even though I'd been running marketing for this brand. It was like, I need to just get work. I need to just get work.
And
essentially started building my career again. So EA, and then I finally got the job of I finally got back into my train of work and ended up being marketing manager at Citizen Watches and building brands and rejuvenating brands, etc. And essentially over those next, 14 years, I rebuilt my career. The last proper job I had was group marketing director for Oraton Group. So I looked after the Oraton brand and the Ralph Lauren brand. And then what happened, I hit this next phase where I'd had 3 children. I've still got them, by the way, but they were very little at that time. And I was just hit that point in my career where I was like, is this it? I'm exhausted and I feel like I've forgotten myself. So I was giving a lot to work and Mr. Lauren and all of the responsibilities I had at work, and then coming home and doing the same with my young family. And I just think there's going to be other people out there, other women out there that want to keep contributing to the world and to society. And essentially what I ended up doing was walking away from that full-time job and starting my own business. The first business was the Little Black Dress Group. It was a women's networking business, which I built and sold over 9 years. I sold it 9 years later, just before the pandemic. And over that period of this, so I talk about being really accidental, because over that period of time, I was starting to be asked to speak. I got approached. I put in a book idea to my publisher, Wiley. They said yes. I had 3 weeks to write my first book. And literally suddenly I thought, this is a kid that didn't do English after the age of 15 because we could drop it when we were back in the UK. I now have 3 best-selling books.
3 books.
Translated into multiple languages around the world. I traveled a lot pre-pandemic, speaking and keynoting and going into organizations to talk about leadership, etc. And then the pandemic hit and we lost 80% of our revenue overnight because all of my work was in person. I'd been there in San Francisco in the January. I was speaking at the same event as Simon Sinek. I had leads and opportunity to build our business over there, and then it all just tumbled. And so during the pandemic, I also launched my 3rd book in the middle of a pandemic. Ridiculous, but I had requirements through the publisher, and that's when I went, there's got to be a different way to do that. And so then moved online, and that first foray into that work has subsequently become my community now, Elevate. And essentially it's interesting because for me, when I look back, the golden thread has not changed. It's just how I deliver my work, because my passion is all about unleashing brilliance in incredible, smart, intelligent, capable women. Too many of us are hiding our ideas. We leave a corporate job and we think we've got to start again. I'm going, no, that's BS. You've got years of experience. And I'm all about unleashing inner brilliance, actually showing up with your wisdom, hearing what it is that you know, and building authority-led commercial operators in their businesses. So I know the reason I have this drive now is I know that when women become financially successful and independently financially successful, the world benefits. Because their families benefit, the community benefits, their clients benefit. We unlock the possibility and capability in the people around us. And so that's my driver now, helping incredibly smart, capable women build commercially smart businesses. So and through that, we can create that ripple of change out into
it's absolutely brilliant. And it is one of those things, and especially if you've been in that corporate background, it doesn't take a lot. I don't know if you find this, but it doesn't take a lot for an idea to be squished because you just have the smallest comment made and you go, oh, no, I'm not going ahead with that. So
crazy. You are spot on, Lisa. It breaks my heart at how many. So I've been running quite a lot of female-led programs for a number of years now, and nothing fundamentally has changed. In the 10 years that I've been running some of these programs, the challenges that women are facing are exactly the same. The unconscious lack of belief, lack of confidence, feeling that they can't say no, that they're going to let people down, the people, etc., etc. And we've still got a lot of work to do. I don't know if any of your listeners, watchers, you find me on LinkedIn, look at what I wrote on International Women's Day. And I pretty much wrote about this exact thing, that we have spent years encouraging incredible women, all of us, to speak up and to use our voices. And yet we're being pushed down to use our voice. So to do. And for me,
still happens.
Sure. Happens. And so my work is very much around, I know that if I can help women not just be confident, not just that if stop being a world's best kept secret and start sharing what it is that to be true, start helping people, start collectively supporting each other, start lifting each other up. And the results come. The results are there of women running incredibly successful, profitable businesses.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, yes. And when you look at the stats, I don't know the exact stats, but there is a huge percentage of women-run businesses that actually contribute to the economy. It's a massive percentage.
Totally. And I turned 55 this year, and I'm proud to say I'm turning 55 this year. And I look at it, and this is never before in our history, never have there been this amount of women working full-time in business.
Yeah,
And never before have there been this amount of women running their own businesses.
yeah,
So why the hell are we beating ourselves up? Because we're not following the traditional industrial-led way of how to run a business. It's time for us
exactly.
to change the rules. And the other piece, a lot of my clients are 40 plus years old. And I go, we're the next movement because no one has told us what it means to be a 55-year-old, a 60, 65.
It's exactly right.
Work. So we're rewriting the rules. So let's frigging rewrite them. Let's just do it. There's a bigger piece and we have to. Every generation of women has a job to do. And I think this is our job.
Yeah.
Changing it for the women owners.
Absolutely love that. Okay, let's get to some of these questions. Yeah. You mentor others on strategy and growth. What are the everyday systems you rely on to juggle your own life, admin, personal priorities, and business commitments? Because you are spread across a range of things. Yeah. How do you manage that?
It's a continually learning process, if I'm really honest. And I think that's the other thing we have to admit as women, right? We go through different life stages, whether it be aging parents, children, aging. What worked when I was in my 20s and 30s definitely doesn't work now I'm in my 50s with adult children. But the key consistent thing for me is to remember, and I've learned the hard way, but now to remember that I am the CEO of the company, of my business, but also actually more importantly, I'm the CEO of me. Yeah. And so the moment I forget that is usually when the wheels wobble and fall off. And it's nobody else's fault but mine. And so in terms of the juggle, I've got a couple of, if I start with the company first, I wrote about this interestingly this week. I've got 4 key pillars that I think about when I'm running my business. And they are time to think, because how on earth can we stay ahead of the game? How can we serve our clients? How can we make sure we are proactively coming up with the right thinking and ideas if I don't have that time to think? And so I have a pillar around this, which is the time to think like a CEO and not have reactive days. The second pillar has to be selling. I have to sell.
It's so true.
I'm posting on social media. I go, that's not going to help you. You've got to sell. In organizations, we've got people doing this. We've got to sell. So I lock in specific times in my day where I'm selling like a strategist and I'm thinking around, where's my BD? Where's my pipeline? When did I last have a conversation with someone? And it's specific selling work. The third pillar is delivering. And that is the time that I'm actually in front of clients. That's making sure that I'm showing up like a rock star and I'm doing the hard work in terms of that's where I'm really earning my money. And I protect that. So many people are constantly delivering, but most of my clients, the first thing I say to them, and I do it for myself, is how many days a week do I want to be in front of clients? If for 5 days you're in front of clients delivering, you're not going to do the other 2 things, the thinking and the selling. So we've got thinking, we've got selling, we've got delivering. And the final one, which I think is more important than ever in this current climate that we are in, where change is relentless, where everyone is operating from a place of fear. Those of us that are in the business of helping other people or serving other people, this final pillar is caring. Am I caring for myself? Am I caring for my family? Like someone that's in this for the long haul. And what I do is I look at those, I structure my calendar around those 4 pillars. And every week I reflect on the previous week and I go, how did I go?
Yeah, I love that.
It's never perfect. And so that's my non-negotiable in how I structure my week. And around that, I have, admin days, selling days, etc. For my family and me, I plan my year life first. So bigger plus business in profit and turnover. We're a small team. I am a mum. I'm a wife.
Yeah, that's right.
Got 3 kids. When I plan my calendar at the start of every year and I work on calendar year for planning, the place I start with, I put all my family stuff in.
Family commitments
So
first.
in there
Holidays.
goes birthdays, everyone's birthday I have off. It used to be school holidays. I still take the school holidays off. I put in my facials, my hair, any of that personal, it all goes in. It all
That's
goes.
great. I love to hear this.
I've got maybe now 40 weeks. And then I look at those weeks and that's
Yeah.
when I then start structuring everything else. So I put life first before business first. Now I
Yeah.
get that's hard if you're in a bigger business, but equally when I've mentored or coached senior leaders in bigger businesses, I've said the same thing to them. I've gone, you get holidays, you get all of this, plan in I had one client particularly every 90 days, she would have a long weekend.
Yeah.
She'd go away. And it's life first, business to follow.
Absolutely.
And being disciplined about it. So take time off to do it.
Yeah. What is the point of the business and the work if we're not going to enjoy the life? So yeah.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
And it's, just because you can doesn't mean you should.
Yeah.
Everything we say yes to says no to something else.
Yeah, so true.
And whether that be money or time or energy, and we've got to look after ourselves.
Yeah.
Business, you can build a business in whatever way you want. That's the beauty of running our own thing. It's actually can be built
around you.
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, you talk a lot about clarity and focused action in business. How do you manage your mental load and decision fatigue in both life and work? And are these tools you swear by?
So, oh God, again, it's tricky, right? Because life takes over. And I'm a massive advocate on taking responsibility when I feel like that. So I see 2 things getting in the way. The first one is fatigue, and the second one is blame. And fatigue and blame usually result in you feeling stuck, getting stressed, etc.
Yeah.
And the thing with fatigue, because how many of us go, I'm busy. Yeah, I know. I'm tired. I know. But fatigue comes with 3 different hats on. Fatigue can be you're busy being busy. And we know that's just life. It's part of
That's right.
But fatigue can also be because you're stretched in multiple directions. Particularly if you've got a young family or you've got other commitments, whatever it is, we're stretched. The visual I always have is Elastigirl in The Incredibles.
Yeah.
It's like, you're stretched, And a third fatigue, which I think is underestimated, but I'm seeing it so much right now, is choice. We've got too much choice.
Yes, so true.
We're tired because we're busy. We're tired because we're stretched, and we're tired because we've got too much choice.
Absolutely.
Like Friday nights for me looking at Netflix, I'm like, oh my God, I can't decide. But it's like this choice fatigue.
It can take half an hour to pick a show.
And then we make a decision and we doubt the decision. We question the decision. So fatigue is a real monster. Then if you overlay blame, right? So we blame other people.
Yeah.
We put the blame on, it's somebody else's fault. It's Lisa's fault that I've got no time. It's my husband's fault. It's my boss's fault. We blame something else, which I'm seeing a stack of right now. It's the economy. It's what's going on around the world. It's the cost of living crisis, which is why I can't achieve X. Or at worst, if it was a triangle, at the top of the triangle, we blame ourselves. I'm not good enough.
Yeah.
And all those things combined result in stress, mental fatigue, decision fatigue, etc., etc. So when I literally draw those words and that equation on my piece of paper when I'm feeling it, I'll go fatigue plus blame equals stress. And I go, what's going on for me right now? Is it that I am busy? Have I committed too much? Is it that I'm stretched? Again, committed too much, but too much on my plate. Is it that I just can't make a decision? And the only way out of that is to reset your boundaries.
That's right. To work out what the problem is. Yeah.
And that requires you. The only way out of blame is to take ownership.
Yeah.
You have to take ownership. So in terms of managing my mental load and decision fatigue, I am continually making sure I'm aligning to my boundaries and I am taking ownership for decisions I made. Because every time I do that, every time I can work out where I've let it go and I reset or take ownership, momentum kicks in. That's when we start moving again.
Yeah.
And for me, I need some buddies to help me with this. So this is where my assistant job isn't to look at my emails, or to sell and add more into my calendar. Her job is to protect
Your time. Yeah.
my time, remove friction from my world, and call me on my bullshit. If I have said that this is my boundary and I'm stepping over it, do not let me do it.
That's right. Yes. I'll be accountable.
And
Yeah.
so it's that stuff that's key from a work perspective. And then personally, honestly, I'm at the moment, because the world is so chaotic, because it's ever changing, because there is a lot of fear out there, many of my clients, I'm managing their fatigue and their blame. I am doubling down on the rituals that I know make me feel better.
Yeah.
And one of my clients, Reaper, talks about industrial strength, and I'm doubling down on that in the morning. So I exercise every single morning.
Absolutely.
I journal every single morning.
Yeah.
My meditation goes, but I get it back. It's doubling down. I'm cooking good food. It's like I've got to look after myself. And if I don't, after our conversations, I'll be going out for a walk. It's those boring rituals that actually help me think clearly, feel better about myself, and allow me to serve my clients in the best way I possibly can right now.
Absolutely. Oh, so good to hear. Now, okay, so as someone who's written about the power of networks and connection, how do you maintain important relationships without letting them become another item on your to-do list?
Oh, it's a great question. Really great question. Connection and humanity matters more than ever. If we talk about it from a commercial point of view, sales and growth in a business, that's actually a lag indicator of the conversations that you're having. And so networking is uber critical for anyone that's running their business.
Absolutely.
It's also important for yourself in terms of feeling connected. We can't survive. We can't evolve. We cannot compete. We cannot grow on our own. So from a business perspective, your network is your competitive advantage. And right now in this very connected world, we've got to work harder than ever. Our clients are equally operating in a really noisy world. They equally, every bit of research coming out right now shows that we don't trust, which is not surprising with AI technology. And so in that, we've got to build trust. So again, networking matters. How do I do it? And we have this process that we hold people to in Elevate is I have a strategy called Network 10, where essentially it's 2 people every single day.
Yes.
Week I reach out to, and I do what I call light touch networking.
Yeah.
So it's that showing you care. Yeah, just showing you care. A thank you. Hey, I've been thinking about you. Hey, I've read this. I thought it would be of interest. I'm just checking in. Most people only reach out when they want something. So so that is a non-negotiable for me. It happens all the time. I have a small network of people that are close to me. Write about this in It's Who You Know. I think too many people are obsessing about quantity. Quantity is needed from a sales BD perspective, but true network is usually a small number of people. And I talk about starting with four people. That's all you need. You need a promoter, you need a butt kicker, you need a teacher, and you need a pit crew. And we have to have one each of those. And four's really easy to look after. Four's really easy to connect with.
Absolutely.
Going forward. So it comes down to intentionality around surrounding yourself with the right people who are going to stretch you further than you can go, who believe in you, who protect you, who look after you, all those things. But it also starts before that for me too. So when I do my planning that I was telling you about earlier, and I do this with clients, most businesses operate from what are your projects this year? What's your revenue this year? They're above the line things. They're the commercial things. And I don't let anyone leave my space until they've done the other stuff, which is what do you want this year in terms of the important relationships in your world?
Yeah.
The people that fuel your soul, the people that make this stuff worth doing. And very few of us commit in our monthly and quarterly plans to that stuff. For me, it's date nights, it's time with my kids, it's catching up with friends, it's all that stuff. And I strategize it, I put it in my plan. So
absolutely.
And then it's time with yourself. And you time with yourself too. So I guess what sums all of this up, Lisa, is that the importance and the intentionality around it. We talk about being lonely at the top. It's only lonely if we choose to be.
That's right.
About business being lonely. It's only lonely if you choose to be. But you don't connect by surface level networking.
Yeah.
Going to big events and talking rubbish to someone for 10 minutes. it requires the time and the investment to build that relationship. And
Yeah.
it's a necessity. How are we ever going to grow, find ideas, get different perspectives, navigate our way through this crazy world that we're in if we're not willing to connect with other people and share ideas?
Absolutely. And I know myself, I've got one or two groups that I connect with, and they're always the same people, but
Yeah.
we're starting to develop proper friendships, relationships from that. It's not all about business. It's about those connections. And then ultimately the business happens. Trust in it, trust the process.
Yeah. I think I don't know how much of your audience is women versus men, but I think this requires a little bit more effort for women because it's almost been beaten out of us in the schoolyard. That real willingness to trust, to let the guard down, whether it be queen bees, the wannabes,
Yeah.
bullies in the playground. And so what I've found in the networks and communities I've built is people come in with that intention, but it's still surface level. It's still talking about what's expected to be talked about.
Yeah.
And I work really hard to get people to connect and collaborate deeper, like
Yes.
get to know each other. And honestly, anyone that people come to my events or into my world, they go, "Oh my God, I can't believe you've just shared that. I can't believe someone's helping me. I can't believe that people are talking about this stuff." I go, "I know, right?" Because
Yeah.
I've created that environment where there is the collaborative thinking, the safe space, that let's support each other. And that's what I mean about intentional. We have to work at it.
Absolutely.
It doesn't come easy.
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely. Okay, I will ask this one. Yeah, we probably haven't covered it. So when everything else feels important, like your work, family commitments, relationships, how do you decide what actually gets your time and energy? We probably covered it a little bit, but yeah.
Well, I have an anchor, to be honest, that helps me. People often say to me, "How do you achieve so much, Janine?" And it's because I'm actually probably really boring. I am so focused and I have my blinkers on of what my focus is. And anything that is outside of that, I've learned to say no to. So the thing that gives me the anchor is, again, everything revolves around how I start planning my year. I anchor my year around a word, and my decisions as to what I do and don't do relate to that word. So for me, my word this year is the acronym that spells SOAR, SOAR. And S for me is all about self-care first. It's the overriding thing. It's the doing the things that my higher self needs so that I can do the work that I'm here to do. And I've got to listen to that and I've got to do that. O is about operational ease. So every decision that I make or that I say yes to, is this helping me add more ease operationally into my business to enable it to scale to that next level? Or is it just noise? Or is it just because everyone else is doing it? A is about deliberate action. And this is the one that a lot of people get taken off track with because they follow the shiny stuff. I literally go, I stop and I go, what's the deliberate action I need to take today that is going to serve my clients first? Clients are always first. That's the priority. And then R, is this going to deliver results? Now, anything that falls outside of that doesn't get my attention.
Yeah.
Which is why I said I'm quite boring, because it's the thing that enables me to actually keep moving forward and get the balance right for me. And that's my word for the year. Last year was different. Year before was different. When I first launched my book, I think it was Rockstar, which was I'm going to turn up like a rock star and do everything that a rock star does. I'm really deliberate and intentional about what the word is.
Yes.
Everything I do and how I make decisions around that has to tick a box on that. I actually put that acronym in my journal every single day. So every single day it goes in my journal and I think about my day around that. So when I'm planning or if people send me events and things, I'm more likely to say no before I say yes.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's so good to hear.
Yeah.
Because it's one of the things I know you'll hear an event go straight in the calendar. It's no, take your time. I actually suggest sitting down and having calendar entering time. So, because otherwise you might end up doing 4 events or something in one day or 1 week.
Yeah.
And then you go, wait, this is too much. When am I going to get the opportunity to do the other things I need to do?
That's right. That's right. It gets back to that question you asked me earlier where we go, what gets in the way? It's the fatigue and blame. We're actually in control of all of this.
That's right.
Control. We let our calendar dictate. We let our clients dictate. We let other people dictate. You say yes.
Yeah, that's right.
It's being intentional about that stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. So this is the last question I've got here. Looking back over your career from corporate to author to mentor, what's one lesson about managing life's messy admin that you'd wish you'd known earlier?
Oh, get help sooner.
Yeah.
I think life is as complicated as you make it. And as you said, I have got a lot going on. I've got lots and lots of clients. We've got work online. We're creating an online operating system. We've got programs. We've got corporate. We've got keynotes. We've got books. On top of that, I've got 3 beautiful kids that still live at home. Our last one's in year 12, so we're entering.
Yeah.
I've got 2 dogs, 2 cats, and me and my husband trying to spend time together as well as getting older. So there's a lot going on. And I think that we've got to not be afraid to ask for help. And to do that, you got to let go a little bit. Systems aren't the enemy of creativity. I know that for me to do the work I'm here to do and for me to serve my clients in the best way I possibly can, I need the space. And so for me, and I think about it, I said at the beginning, I'm the CEO of me, and that means it's my business and my home and my life. So outsource the stuff, one that you don't know. That's okay, not to lie, and don't feel guilty about it. And secondly, how much is this taking away from you? So outsource the stuff that will enable you to have the time to actually, so if I put my commercial head on, for example, me cleaning the house is not a good use of my time.
That's right.
Me helping someone else financially by paying them for what I can potentially make instead of me doing that for that time is a better use of time. I noticed on your thing, me managing my emails is not a good use of my time because my brain gets into the detail, but me being told, Janine, these are the priority emails, me doing my Canva is not a good use of my time. So
absolutely,
it's really, and that's why it changes based on the start of the business. Next level. Now I appreciate some people might be, I'm new in, I don't have the income and blah, blah, blah. And I go, okay, so then prioritize what you're going to do in the early stages of your business because you can't do everything.
Yeah.
You can't operate like a rock star when you've got zero income coming in, and every business starts with zero income.
That's exactly right.
Do the things that are going to help the business grow. Get out there and sell, pound the pavement, make contacts, get the revenue coming in. I would say that you can't do it alone. Outsourcing when you can.
Exactly.
You think about the cost per hour. Any systems, to me, I talk about them as frameworks. Frameworks free me up. Systems free me up. They're not the enemy of creativity. They actually create the space for you to play among the edges and be brave enough to allow it to evolve and to change, to let people in to help you. It takes a village. I moved here. If I put my mama hat on, I had 3 children whilst holding down a very senior corporate job, no family around.
That's right.
And I went, I need help here. And we had to rely on babysitters and nannies and out of school care because we had no other choice.
Yeah, that's right.
Get the help. And it's the same in business in that sometimes you need the help. You're not supposed to be the expert at absolutely
everything. Yeah.
If you're a creative thinker, the thing that's going to drain your energy is going to be sitting down, going through your emails or reconciling your book or chasing invoices. It's play to your strengths.
Yeah.
Get help to enable those strengths to perform.
Absolutely.
More on speed. Yeah.
And when you're first starting out in business too, there could be opportunities of where someone else needs a service that you're really good at. So maybe do a bit of a swap. You can help them, they can help you, and then you're both getting something out of it.
Yeah, you know? Absolutely. Yeah. And I would just say the caveat to that is still keep your business head on.
Yeah. There has to be rules around that.
Yeah, but rules and for a period of time so that you don't resent each other. So let's for 6 months do this.
Exactly.
Let's do it again for another 6 months. Get clear up front. Absolutely. We have to. Women are brilliant. Women, when we come together, as I said, it takes a village to raise children, to build a business. And we're changing things. We're changing how we operate. I had a family friend when I first started out challenging me. I can still remember him over dinner saying to me, your utopia view, Janine, about gender and work. And I thought about it over the last 14 years. And I can honestly say, since starting my own business, I work with people I enjoy working with. Yes. A lot of the work I've done has been based on a handshake or a conversation. And I decided when I left corporate, I was going to do that. I decided I wanted to do business, assuming people were trying to do the right thing.
Yeah.
Corporately, it was assume people are out to get you.
Yeah.
And
So
I
true.
tell you, in the last 14 years, I have had very few examples. I could probably count on one hand where someone has really taken advantage.
Taking advantage.
And it just shows you actually how powerful
Yeah.
actually is when we approach the conversations differently. So totally agree with you. When we're starting out, reach out, get help.
Yeah.
There's so many resources out there. Ask to help you sit in your genius zone to make whatever it is that you're wanting to make.
Absolutely. Look, I'm going to say the one thing I really took away from you today is that you are the CEO of everything, your whole life. I love that. I have literally just written it right down here. So I love that. Yeah. It's a good one. Yeah.
Wow. Your business, your family, your health,
Your decisions,
your well-being,
everything.
your decisions, everything.
Yeah.
Nobody else. So
Yeah.
own it. Yeah.
Absolutely. It's been so good to hear from you today. Thank you. I really appreciate you taking the time in your pillars. So yes. Yeah, it's been really good to hear from you. We will send this out to the world. So podcast, YouTube, and everyone will get to hear a bit of Janine. So it's been wonderful to have you today.
Thank you, Lisa. Thank you so much for the opportunity. It's been my absolute pleasure.